Okay, welcome back. This is Manuel Lloyd. I want to thank you for being a subscriber. And if you're not a subscriber, you can be. Just go to our website, mwlconsulting.com, to sign up for MyVirtualCIO. What I want to tell you about, though, is a new service offering that the MyVirtualCIO service will be offering for just a couple $100 a month to get complete support for your entire network. What we do is put a little piece of software on your network, and it manages your network for you. It gives you detailed reports and the whole 9 yards. So let me just get right into it before I spoil the surprise. I'm really excited about this service. Really looking forward to getting into every medical manager's hands because it's at an affordable rate to help you make the proper decisions before you move forward. So first thing, if you don't know anything about me, I'm a former Marine. Served at Camp David with President Ronald Reagan. I also served over in Philippines, Korea, Japan, and I processed out in Camp Lejeune with honorable discharge. I just wanted to do something else, and I was happy to have served my country. And I'm part of the man I am today is because of that. So I got out in December of '89, and immediately, because I didn't have any money, I started my business in about a year later in 1990. And our business specializes in IT service management, or ITSM, for medical practices. Our focus is IT strategy, design, transition, operations, and continual service improvement. I am ITIL certified, or Information Technology Library certified, which is a management level certification, executive level certification for managing IT infrastructure from a global perspective, as far as within an enterprise. And all the folks that work with us are HIPAA certified, insured, bonded, whole 9 yards. We have a deep understanding of EHRs, IT networks, HIPAA, high tech. Some of the EHRs we work with and do work with every day is Epic, Cerner, NextGen, Allscripts, Greenway product like Energy, MediaDent. So we have a proficiency in just about every EHR that's out there, or Prima, you name it. We have expertise in Microsoft, Dell, HP, IBM, and Office 365 products, and Cisco products. I have been the keynote speaker for groups like the North Carolina Medical Group Management Association here in Wilmington. Going to be doing some in other cities around North Carolina. Also for the American Health Information Management Association in Alabama. Done some speeches there. And also for the Healthcare Compliance Association, HCCA. I've done some speeches with them as well, and some other organizations that are not healthcare related. These are just the ones that are healthcare related. I speak for a lot of different industries, banking as well. So these are just some that are related to the healthcare industry. Yes, that's true. I was featured on the cover of Channel Pro as a top cloud security expert. And, the cloud is just another word for internet, right? So hosting, so it's no mystery there. It's just a different term for marketing purposes, I think. We have expertise in aligning IT to business objectives and business outcomes, rather than the other way around. A lot of folks, a lot of IT people, unfortunately, try to align your business, your business with their IT. And it should be the other way around. The IT should align itself with the business. And we build value into everything we do. We build value to every single thing we do. Everything we do has value. So let me just get right into this. I'm going to talk to you about the MyVirtualCIO solution that we're going to be offering here, basically January 2017. But it's a great product. It's going to allow us to do better business with you and save you money. And how's that going to do that? Well, we're going to provide you with 24/7 monitoring like ADT. So if there's any criminals, if you will, or bad things happening on your network, we're going to know about it. We're going to be alerted about it. We're going to take action, or we're going to actually give you the ability to take action so that you can, call the cops, if you will, or call an IT engineer in, or get your IT department to come in and do something. So this is a great tool for organizations that don't have an IT department or has a IT person, or even if you do have an IT department, or if you're a CIO of a larger healthcare system. This is going to give you the metrics, critical success factor notes, and key performance indicators of how your network is doing, so that you can make better business decisions. So the 24-hour monitoring, alerting, and reporting, and the reports are actual reports in English, not geek. They're actually written out in English so you can understand of what's going on from a high level on your network all the way down to the detail level for the technical person. So here are the 6 things that MyVirtualCIO will do for you. The monitoring alerting, as I mentioned before, it's a deep network monitoring, and there are immediate alerts. You can get your alerts in an email, a text, SMS message, or it can go to your ticketing system if you have a ticketing system. If you don't, ask me about that. I can give you some ideas on great ticketing systems that help keep your IT, your network managed properly, so you'll have all the tools that you need to make the right business decisions. Asset management is automated network scanning of and asset discovery of all your assets, anything with an IP address, routers, printers, faxes, servers, obviously, firewalls, medical devices, you name it. It's also going to do an asset inventory and warranty management. So the asset inventory is great for budgeting and taxes, insurance and insurance. So you'll have a list. You'll be able to spit out a list with just a push of a button of all your assets. And the warranty, for instance, like what's out of date, how long has it been out of date, when will the warranty expire, when did it expire, all of those good things to help you make proper decisions without having to have a IT degree. The security assurance part of MyVirtualCIO will provide a baseline security scanning to detect security holes. That's going to be a green, red, or yellow light, or check mark rather, using the Microsoft baseline security scanner to tell you what's good, what's not so good, what do you need to look at, and what's bad, and how to go ahead and try to correct those things. And again, that's in a report that you can look at and actually go take action on every individual device that you are monitoring. Preventive maintenance. There's going to be basic automated scripting, and let me go back to security assurance. I missed remote monitoring of antivirus and backup verification. That's really important, because a lot of people, they turn their computers off at night and that's around the time when antivirus software are updating their registers for their databases for the 80,000 different viruses that come out there every day. So and that's okay. I mean, if that's your strategy, but you want to be able to monitor when a machine is out of whack and it doesn't have the latest antivirus. Our system will alert you to that immediately, so that you can have your IT department or your IT person go ahead and rectify that for you. So now let's go on to preventive maintenance. Basic automated scripting to maintain asset health. So you can say, well, look, every week I want to do a defrag of our, machine, because it's the executives or something like that. Or whatever your IT person or your IT department decides to do, they can actually automate those tasks so that they can be focusing on more important issues and not the little mundane things. Also, preventive maintenance is going to be a comprehensive server reports in there, and I can't wait for you to see those, because it's going to tell you everything about the server you need to know. How's the CPU doing? How's the memory doing? How are the hard drives doing? How are the RAID controllers doing? What's the warranty on it? What's the actual load? When is the most utilized point of the server, and why? You could find out things that may not make sense, and these reports are going to go, okay, this makes sense to me now, because it didn't make sense to me that the server crashed at this time. Well, you see, okay, in the server report, well, it seems to be very, very taxed around this time for whatever reason, and it could be people are all at lunchtime going to YouTube or downloading some shadow IT app and working on it or something like that, whatever the case may be. But now you have that information. And speaking of reports, these reports are comprehensive, they're automated, You can schedule them daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, on demand. You can just go in and push a button and say what report you want, and boom, it's out there. Okay, great information for you to go ahead and help you make the right, I keep saying this, but it's just help you make the right IT management decisions. There's a difference between IT technical decisions and an IT management decision. So the technical decisions should be guided by the management decisions, but you have to have the right information in order to make those decisions. And then quarterly business reviews are going to be a detailed needs assessment from me and or one of my engineers that will help you set objectives and planning for improvement. And that's the continuous service improvement part of what we do. So we're going to get you, in a good place and help you with the continuous service improvement. Now, if you don't need to talk with me or have a conversation with me because everything's going so well, that's great. Your dashboard, your web-based dashboard will show you all the problems and give you a number and say, well, you have OS problems or operating system problems, you have hardware problems. And if those things are clear and at zero, great. But that option is there to have a conversation with me. So let's go to the next slide here. So let's talk about the 24-hour monitoring, alerting, and reporting. This is going to be of your entire network, your entire environment, everything at every site, that you need to cover can be covered by the MyVirtualCIO service. You're going to get immediate alerting when issues arise. It's going to help you with long-term trend analysis and best practice solutions, and help you identify and locate the best engineer for the IT challenge in itself. It could be you. You could be the best person. If you know how to rebuild your database, your SQL database, and you don't need to hire someone to do it, great. But if you need someone to come in and take care of an issue that seems like a global issue and it's just a PC issue, then you can know that from the MyVirtualCIO tool, and you can just hire a hourly technician, or your IT department can send the least skill resource possible. Just go ahead and take care of that PC versus sending a $100, $150 an hour engineer out there to just to fix a virus problem on one PC. And then you're going to get a detailed monthly reporting. So the benefits to you, what's in it for me, right? The 24/7 24/7 monitoring alerting is going to help you with issues. It's going to benefit you because issues will be identified much faster and addressed proactively. That's a huge difference than reacting to a fire and downtime and frustration, loss of work, loss of opportunity, and additional costs. It's going to benefit you with rapid resolution and problem prevention. We're going to be able to substantially reduce the costs associated with downtime. Like I said here, lost productivity, lost opportunities, and service costs. What's the monthly reporting going to do for you? Well, you'll know exactly what's going on in your entire your entire network. This is not just Bob's over here and Susie. This is what's going on at the head. What's going on? There's a old, very old parable, and it's not even something that you have to even be a wise man or woman to know, is that if the head is sick, then the whole body is sick. So the network is your head, and everything else that surrounds that are going to be sick as well if the network is sick. You also benefit by knowing about pending problems and be able to plan accordingly versus reactive, just reacting to something. Let's go to the next slide here. Here we see the monitoring. We're going to talk about it. So you have your network and device availability, alerts and pre-failure indicators, immediate alerting, and monthly reporting. So you have a centralized web based dashboard that looks a little bit like this over here. Okay. And you have your server health reports, your alerts. It says website monitoring here, but it's also any kind of monitoring. You can monitor anything with an IP address, your internal intranet web, or your external website or websites, your blog, whatever you want to monitor that belongs to you, that is crucial to your medical practice, you can monitor. Let's go to the next slide here. So what the MyVirtualCIO is going to do initially is do an assessment of your network. So it's going to gather a site hardware summary report of everything that's in your network, a complete overview of your network and its diversity of its equipment, whether you have a homogeneous or heterogeneous environment, it really doesn't matter. So this covers Linux, Windows, Apple. It doesn't matter. If it has an IP address, we're going to capture that information. It's going to be able to easily identify those obsolete hardware pieces that decreases the employee productivity. So if you have a machine that has, older memory or older hard drives and you're wondering why Bob is working slow and he keeps complaining about his computer, we're going to be able to know that. MyVirtualCIO is going to be able to know that. So the other report the initial network assessment is going to produce is the site security report. That's a comprehensive summary of all security patches applied already. Complete summary of all MBSA scans performed. That's Microsoft Baseline Scanner. A summary of work required to improve the site security. A site performance report, which is going to identify the most heavily stressed devices at your location. And it's going to highlight devices that may require immediate review. These are the actual reports, by the way. This is what they look like. I mean, I didn't have enough room to put the full report on there, but you can get a free trial of this. So just at the end, I'll give you the details on how to do that. Or you can also see a demo. So the detailed network scans, let's talk about that real quick. So the scans are run on a predefined schedule. We by default do it, every 5 minutes just to be safe in the healthcare industry, because 88% of ransomware attacks are in the healthcare industry. So we've elevated that, and you don't want to do too much more than that, but 5 minutes should be a good amount of time to capture anything that may sneak in the back door. So the detailed network scans is an automatic discovery of new assets or new devices, anything with an IP address. The scans include anything like desktops, laptops, servers, network devices such as routers and switches, network attached devices, medical devices, printers, faxes, scanners, voice over IP phones, you name it. Websites, internal or external, like I said earlier. Anything that you have virtual, like cloud or software as a service resources. So we're going to monitor all your assets with standardized monitoring of your entire network, 24/7 alerting based on what's important to you and your medical practice. We don't want to capture information that's not important to you. If people come in and use your public Wi-Fi, and we don't really need to capture that information unless you want to. We can if you want to because it's IP based, but we don't have to. So asset tracking and reporting. MyVirtualCIO is going to do an initial network assessment, asset inventory management, detailed network scans and warranty, and end-of-life cycle tracking for your actual assets or your devices. What are the benefits of asset tracking and reporting? You're going to get accurate, up-to-date, effortless asset and warranty tracking for insurance and tax purposes. You're going to be able to protect your network from illegal or unauthorized software, and that's huge because a lot of you know about HIPAA compliance issues, but are you familiar with BSA, the Business Software Alliance? So the BSA will fine you fees as well for running unlicensed software on your network. So the MyVirtualCIO service is going to find that unlicensed software and be able to alert you where it's at, how long it's been on your network, the whole 9 yards. So you have full transparency into that. Another benefit is that you'll be able to identify out-of-date and unsupported, inefficient hardware. It's hard as you grow to figure out which machines are the most inefficient, because when the user says, well, I can't do this because my computer's slow. Everyone says their computer's slow, but you have blameless reporting now that tells you whether that's the case or not, and you can look at the actual facts. So another benefit is the warranty and end-of-life asset tracking, which is going to reduce costs with more efficient life cycle tracking, and you're not going to pay for maintenance twice. Why would you pay? Why would you pay for maintenance twice if the warranty says that you can get this thing fixed under your warranty? Now, most of you medical managers out there are pretty savvy, and you could probably keep some of this stuff in your head. But why would you need to when you can pull the information at the on demand and get it when you need to, just to make sure that your warranties are not being abused, so to speak, or not being misused, and you can get maintenance from the warranty that it's under. And of course, if it's out of warranty, that's up to you whether or not you want a desktop to stay under warranty. Typically, you want your main network, your servers, your routers, your firewalls, and things of that nature to be under warranty. So let's go to the next slide here and talk about asset inventory management. So we got your hardware assets, which this is going to be a detailed inventory of hardware, warranty tracking, comprehensive monthly reporting. The software assets are going to be a complete list of all software patches applied to each system. Software detection to identify all unauthorized software installs. A detailed inventory of all your systems. And substandard configurations, which basically is a report of configurations that require updates. So this is information you're not going to know. And if you don't have an IT department, now you're intelligent. You have business intelligence. You have information that you can tell an IT firm, hey, we need you to come out and do this. Versus, hey, we're having problems. We don't know what they are. Come out and tell us. The bills are different there. One bill is one number, which is smaller. The other bill is a huge number and unknown. So you want to have predictable costs here, and our tool is going to help you do that. And of course, asset scans identify underperforming and underutilized devices. So if you have a device that's been, one of the things our report is going to tell you, and this is live in your dashboard actually, is how long have systems been down or unused or not logged into. And if they've been down for 180 days, then you know that there's something there that needs to be looked into and why. And who was the last person to log into it? Maybe an employee who is no longer there and their machine's still kind of sitting there. So those are the kind of things and information you're going to be able to have with the MyVirtualCIO tool. Let's talk about the warranty tracking again. Asset inventory reports. So if you have a disaster recovery and mission critical information, you'll have it here in the MyVirtualCIO. Device attributes reports, up-to-date device warranty information. We're going to make sure that the goal of this warranty tracking is to make sure you don't pay twice for hardware maintenance. Because believe it or not, you're probably paying twice for hardware maintenance a lot because you don't know, where did I put that invoice? What kind of warranty was on that? I don't remember. Our system knows because Dell and Microsoft and all the hardware vendors build that into their system. It's built in on the motherboard, on the chips to tell. And we pull that information, we put it into a English-based format that you can understand so you'll know the date, how long, how many days are left, the whole 9 yards. It's really incredible. So the security monitoring. Well, here what you're doing is the MyVirtualCIOs is protecting your investment, protecting your reputation, and ensuring compliance with legislative security regulations such as HIPAA. And some of you out there even are involved with the banking side of things. I know, I don't see it up here. Oh, yeah, it is. PCI DSS. And even larger organizations might even have some involvement with Sarbanes-Oxley or SOX. So any kind of legislative compliance, we're going to be able to help you with. If you ever have to do, well, you need to do, and when you do your HIPAA security risk assessment, these tools and reports are going to provide a lot of help for you and save you a lot of time and a lot of money. What are the benefits to you? Like I said, protecting your assets. You're going to reduce the cost of downtime that can result from virus attacks or security breaches. You're going to be able to protect patient data and your reputation because you're going to be able to stop. You can't stop everything, right? Because now they're saying instead of cybersecurity, the new word that they're talking about is cyber resilience. So the thing behind cyber resilience and cybersecurity is that cybersecurity says, hey, stop the attacks. Well, we've seen that that's been fruitless. I mean, at all levels of business and government. Attacks are going to happen. And it's just a natural thing. So instead of, you don't want the attack to happen, but instead of thinking that manner, the cyber resilience says you are going to get attacked. But if you do, and when you do, what's your plan to make sure that you're back up and running? Your goal is to have complete cybersecurity, right? Never be attacked or never. But if you do, what is your plan? And that's the place a lot of medical practices fail. So our tool is going to help you build a cyber resilience program or platform within your organization to make sure that all your patient data is protected so that you don't have a breach and your reputation is damaged, and then you get on the HIPAA wall of shame there. Protecting your medical practice. You're going to be able to achieve compliance and legislative regulations that apply to your medical practice. We all are familiar with HIPAA. I'm assuming high tech and some of the other large hospitals have other JSOC. There's just so many things that require information from your IT. And typically IT people are too busy to sit down with you and explain the management level of things. Their goal is to put out the fires and get things running, and they want to go home and spend time with their family. Typically, most IT people are overworked, overutilized, and underpaid. And that's the way they feel, at least. And the way you're feeling about it, they should be able to do this, and that. Well, it's hard when you're working with a blindfold. But if you provide the MyVirtualCIO to your IT person or your IT department or yourself, you're going to eliminate that risk and that problem altogether. So you're going to overall be able to increase patient confidence that their data is secure because they know that you have MyVirtualCIO, or they know that you have a risk management plan that's very tight and bulletproof, as bulletproof as possible. So the security part of MyVirtualCIO is going to help you reduce risk with the baseline security scanning to detect security holes, continuous monitoring for viruses, worms, ransomware, spam, and other forms of malware, automated verification of data backup. A lot of I can walk into any medical practice and ask them when was their last backup test, and they would look at me like a deer with headlights. And if I ask them, well, do you have a business continuity plan and disaster recovery plan? They would probably go, what's that? Or, well, yeah, we have a template. Or, yeah, we have one, but it's got dust on it. Well, did you know that HIPAA 164.308A7A requires you to have a data backup plan, a disaster recovery plan, emergency mode operation plan, and an evaluation of those plans? And those are required, and the two addressable items are a test and revision procedure and an application and criticality analysis. So that's under, again, 164.308 open paren A, close paren 7, or contingency plan. So those data backups are important. And when you miss a backup, you want to know and be able to take action. And our security portion of our MyVirtualCIO is going to help you identify any failed backups and, again, be able to take action. Excuse me. Let's talk about compliance. In a compliance situation, you need to have a controlled environment, physical security. I've seen server rooms in a bathroom, at least the server. I've seen large organizations with server closets where wires are hanging down and it's an OSHA hazard. And if somebody trips, it's going to be a nightmare. I've seen server rooms where there were water pipes because the building was so old and they didn't have any enclosures or anything like that. Those are the kind of things that MyVirtualCIO can't see. But if your machines begin to overheat and start to react to those things, it will be able to see that. So the MyVirtualCIO is going to help you in that area. It's also going to help you in disaster management, availability, information security, and network health visibility. The reports that you see up here are patch status report, hardware summary, device security, website monitoring, and Windows Server help. But you get, I want to say there's more than, 50 reports or more, multiple pages. I mean, each one of these is very, very detailed. Very, very detailed. The one you see in the front here looks like a server report about the availability of the server, the CPU utilization on high, medium, and low utilization, the memory, hard drives, the page file for you IT geeks out there who know what a page file is, swap file. So it's going to help you make sure that you're on the road to compliance. The MyVirtualCIO portion of Preventive Maintenance. It's going to help you save money and improve productivity, extend the longevity of your systems, enhance employee productivity, and reduce wait times. And that's important because a wait time for an employee to have to wait for someone to fix their system, and they go and take a $10,000 water cooler break because they've been down for 2, 3, 4 hours. That's the break fix mentality that you just can't keep affording. You want to take a management approach. If you're a medical manager, it seems like to me that managing the IT is also something that will be important to you. Not just fix it whenever, put a Band-Aid on it. You don't want to do that. The benefits to you on the preventive maintenance of MyVirtualCIO, most problems are solved before you even know they're happening because of scripting and automated tasks. You're going to lengthen the life cycle of your computers, reduce the cost of downtime and emergency repairs, and that can get expensive. Well, our server went down. Well, why did it go down? Well, the hard drive, the C drive with the Windows operating system on it got filled up and it crashed and it blue screened to death. It did a BSOD or a blue screen of death. Well, with the MyVirtualCIO tool, you would have known when that hard drive was nearing the threshold that you set to say, hey, look, if our C drive on our server gets near 50-60%, we want to know about it so we can start moving some temp files or automating scripts with the MyVirtualCIO tool to automatically do that for you. Okay, and that way you save a lot of money and time and headache and hassle. It's going to help you increase productivity. Let's talk about the preventive maintenance of where the settings are automated, or you can run a predefined schedule. So just like I was saying, you can do as many things as you possibly can that are going to help you eliminate those emergency repair, break fix costs, or just the downtime that comes with it. These are simple things here that are listed here. Shutdown of workstations, save power costs, and reduce greenhouse gases. Okay, somebody from my marketing team decided that was important, and it is important. That is important. Clean up of temporary files, which is a huge slowdown, can be to workstations. It's going to delete all the files and temporary directories, and run ScanDisk, which is going to provide you some security assurance. And over here, this screenshot you see here of some of the scripts that you can run. We have some built-in scripts that are already there, or you can write your own scripts or get your IT people to write your script. Just make sure you test your scripts before you run them in your environment. Speaking of environments, if you don't have a live, backup, archive, disaster recovery, and test environment, you're asking for trouble. And that last one, that test environment, allows you to use that as a sandbox to test things out before you apply them to your live network. So just think about that. So on the monthly reviews, they're going to help you keep an understanding of where, when, and how to best invest your IT budget. This is the bread and butter of this tool, is to help you turn your IT cost center into more of a profit center, if you will, or at least stop the bleeding. and help you control costs. So the executive summary report is going to provide an overview of your entire site status, like what's going on from a bird's eye view. The website monitoring is going to do just that. Up-to-date information on your website reliability. Patch status is really important, especially for you Windows users. It's going to summarize the security patches that were applied. And if there are any failures, you're going to know that as well. Server health is huge. Establishes performance baselines and identifies areas for improvement. You're going to be able to see that without having to wonder about it. There's no guesswork. There's a site performance report, which is going to identify the top most stressed devices by memory usage and CPU. And that's obviously going to be your servers. If you have physical virtual hosts that have multiple guests, whether you use VMware, and our system will work with VMware, Hyper-V. It doesn't matter to us as long as it has an IP address. And we actually have special tools for VMware and Hyper-V to help you manage those virtualizations, those hypervisors in a more detailed fashion. And that's something more the IT people would want to be interested in. But if you're savvy enough, you'll definitely appreciate those tools, those components. Also, it's going to identify the work completed. So it summarizes information on cleared alerts, completed tickets if you're using ticketing system, and scripts that were run. So the quarterly business reviews is an option that comes with me either getting on the phone with you or coming to your site, and it'll be a pre-scheduled meeting every 90 days to review work and services and identify areas of your IT infrastructure that are of concern to you. I'm going to have a detailed review to help you refine the understanding of your needs and your pains. Review all reports and business processes tied to IT. So if you don't have an IT department, or if you don't have a CIO, I'll be able to help you with this and help you find the right people to take care of the needs so that you can focus on your core business, which is running a medical practice, not running IT departments. I'm going to help you set objectives for the next quarter to start planning. And we're going to agree on ways to optimize your current IT investments in ways that you can reduce costs. And we're going to take all those reports, sit down and go over them. It shouldn't take any more than 30 minutes, but I can spend up to an hour with you. And like I said, over the phone or either in person, we could do a remote session, whatever is convenient for you. I know it's hard. You can come into my office. I know it's hard for medical managers to get out of the office, so I'm willing to come to yours as well. So let's just go and do a whole overview of the features, benefits, and value of the MyVirtualCIO tool. Monitoring and alerting. Issues will be, so that's the feature. The benefit, issues will be identified much faster and can be addressed proactively. The value to you is that it's going to reduce your cost of downtime, productivity, opportunity costs, and service costs. The next feature is asset management, which is the benefit to you is accurate, up-to-date, effortless asset and warranty tracking for insurance and tax purposes. The value to you is that it reduces costs with better lifecycle management. The next feature is security assurance. That benefit is going to help you protect your assets and your data and achieve regulatory compliance with HIPAA and all of the other compliance that's out there. The value to you in your medical practice is it's going to reduce costs of downtime and increase patient confidence that you have your act together. The next benefit is preventive maintenance. The benefit there is it's going to lengthen the asset life cycle and increase productivity. And the value to your medical practice is going to reduce costs of downtime and repairs. Reporting is the next feature, and the benefit to you is you'll know exactly what's going on with your network and identify pending issues. I mean, you're going to know exactly what's going on your network. You're not going to miss a beat. Nothing will slip through the cracks. The value to you there is optimize every dollar you spend on IT based on accurate data, not guesswork. And the quarterly business reviews, you get to see little old me or talk to me. The benefit to you there is an opportunity to prioritize projects and plan budgets. And the value there is going to be an accurate budget forecasting. I have 30 some odd years in doing this, so you'll get some good information from me on what to do with your data, not based on somebody else's data, but your actual data. Now, what's all this cost? This seems like a whole bunch. Well, the beauty behind automation and web-based design and software is that you can make it once and sell it many, right? So going into 2017, this promotion will last through January, the end of January. I'm going to offer this to you for $199 per month for your entire network. Now, this doesn't include a $200 installation fee. So $199 per month is what we're offering. Now, I didn't set this price. My marketing folks did, and I'm assuming we have some restrictions in there. But you can call for details. But I don't think there's many restrictions other than the number of servers you may have and the number of computers you may have, or whatever the case may be. But you're going to get all of this information all for $199 for your entire network. However, but wait, there's more, right? If you sign up before the end of the month, the installation portion of it will be free. So you want to go to act today or whenever you see this presentation. So that is my story. I think that you will win with our MyVirtualCIO. You're going to reduce your IT costs. You're going to reduce your unexpected downtime and the costs associated with it. Extend the life of your computers and your equipment or your IT assets. Improve your system security. Plan, budget, and track more accurately with blameless data that's going to give you fit for design and fit for purpose information. And be empowered to make proactive instead of reactive choices. You don't ever want to feel like you're put into a corner. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. My marketing team has a little slide here about some of the stuff I've done. Magazine cover. Simply Learn is another place that's a certification place where I'm an advisor, a course advisor. So I speak for that one as well. That's an international organization. And there's my contact information below. My name is Manuel Lloyd, and my phone number is 910-210-0485. And my direct extension is 101. You will get me. And if you don't get me, please leave a message and I'll call you back, or you can email me at manuel@mwlconsulting.com. You can also visit our website, and this offer will be listed there as well. So I thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with you in the future.